Hi everyone, this is Amanda with IndieFree. I'm here with Katie Holman today. She's a physical therapist and practice owner of Home and Rehab in Claremont, Florida. Hi Katie.
Hi.
When did you first start your practice? How long have you had your practice?
So I opened part-time when I was working at the hospital, and that was in the beginning of 2009, and then towards fall of 2009 is when we actually opened our first physical location.
Okay, and you have how many locations now?
We have two. So we have one in Claremont, Florida, which is just 30 minutes west of Orlando, and then we have one in Ocoee, Florida, which is probably 10 miles closer to Orlando.
Okay. What would you say the biggest struggle you had when you first opened your clinic?
Finding patients. I think a lot of times therapists think, I'm a really good therapist. I love what I do. I'm passionate about what I do, but they don't necessarily understand the correlation that, you can be all of those things, but people aren't necessarily going to walk through your doors just to see you.
It's true.
So.
How did you overcome that struggle? What did you do?
Well, I must say we did a lot of trial and error with different forms of advertising and stuff like that, and going to different doctors' offices, things we thought might work, but, not having any type of marketing background, and you don't learn any of that in PT school. That was definitely trial and error. So when we heard about IndieFree, we went probably 9 months, is that right? 9 months into opening. And it was like, oh my God, why didn't we do this before? We would have saved so much time and money and not have gone through all the struggles we went through as far as that's concerned. So
what was the very first thing that you applied, that you learned from IndieFree?
The first thing we did was the thank you postcards. That to me, I thought would be the easiest to kind of implement, as something tangible to train my staff with. So that was what we started with.
And you noticed a big difference with making that one small change?
Yeah, because I think, I know nobody else in our community does that with the doctors. So getting feedback from the doctor's offices on, when it comes through the mail to them, where does it go? Does the office manager read it? Does it go in the trash? Like what's the process with it? Mm-hmm. And, to find out that, they're saving them for the doctor. He's reading them or she's reading them. And, it does make a big difference. It gives them the trust and confidence in you that you're actually having a patient write experiences about you in their own handwriting, and just giving that feedback is wonderful, I think.
It is. What are some of the recommendations you have for somebody who is just starting a practice, or maybe someone who already has one and is struggling?
Definitely going to those conferences. I must say, not only the information you learn, but the other folks that go to the conferences just makes such a big difference. I feel like we've, kind of created a little family with the regular attendees of the conferences, and we can, collaborate together on different struggles we're having. We're pretty close with two other big clinic owners in Florida, and it's nice to call them up and just be like, hey, are you slow this time of year? Or, hey, what happened? Do you guys have a ton of Medicare patients that have dropped out? Or what's happened here? So it's nice to be able to understand that, okay, we're not the only one in this boat, or get some tips and advice.
Sure.
Yeah.
So what would you say to someone who is considering taking the IndieFree course for the very first time?
I'd say it's definitely worth the money. I know, just looking at other CEU courses, especially as a business owner, when, employees come to me and are like, oh, I want to take this class. I'm like, oh, but it costs $3,000. But this is worth every penny and more. You get so much out of it that, lasts the lifetime of your business. It's things that you can't change. So you definitely should take it, but you also need to go there with a very open mind. You need to be, the type of person that's like, okay, you know what? I'm struggling, or I'm thinking of opening a practice. I don't know, I'm open to change, open to different perspectives on how people do things, and I'm going to try it. You know what? I'm going to try it and just see what happens. And that's kind of what you got to do.
Oh, That's awesome. Well, thank you, Katie, so much for being here today.
Absolutely.
We'll see you guys next time.
All right. See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.